I had dinner with a friend recently, and it devolved, as it so often does when we both get together, into a very meaningful conversation for me, and it's all I've been thinking about since. So let me tell you about my life. At the age of 6, I knew there was something different about me. There was this powerful feeling that was stuck inside of me, just underneath my heart. It felt like a swarm of bees just buzzing, or maybe like a pot of water that's about to boil over. I'm sure you can think of a better metaphor. I just knew that I was different, and because I was different, I knew that I was not to say anything to anybody. I mean, in 1989, in a small Albertan town, you just don't go around telling people that, hey, you might like boys. I suppose that's not a great thing to say at any time, but remember, I was 6. The peculiar thing about it was that I knew that I also liked girls. My first kiss was with Rebecca in grade 2. It was awesome. It was also dry and weird. There was also the multiple times in junior high with a boy from my own grade. I don't know exactly how well we hid our actions. I mean, it was in a computer lab with many possible witnesses, but it was forbidden fruit, and it excited, and it terrified me. I didn't have a label. There was no representation in movies or TV shows. I didn't know what I was. I was just certain that I was wrong and that I was broken. When those thoughts start mixing around in your brain, bad things happen. You're not a good person. You shouldn't be here. And not only are you having these terrible thoughts, but you are convinced that you yourself are an evil person. And that's what was going through my mind from the age of 6 up until, well, fairly recently. In high school, and longtime viewers will have heard this story multiple times before, but I was ready to end it. The pills had been acquired, the note had been written, this little bubbling of joy was able to come into my existence that I had very rarely felt before. This was it. I get to not feel terrible anymore. A good friend of mine stopped by my locker that day and asked me a very simple question, which was, "How you doing?" And I answered just like anyone would in that situation and in that mindset, which was, fine, I guess. And then he said, "Well, see you tomorrow, right?" And I had to go, "Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow." And that made me have a purpose, even if it was just for one single day of going back to school. And I'm not here to say that posing those two questions to anyone is going to make them stop wanting to kill themselves, but for me, it gave me a purpose, even if it was an infinitesimally small purpose to come to school. But even without being dead, I felt that I should be. Through university and into my 20s, I kind of just shuffled along. I existed. You could say that, yes, I lived on the planet Earth. But I checked out. As silly as it sounds, by going to California on a whim to attend a convention about online video called VidCon, it changed my life. It inspired me to start creating content. Unfortunately to a great many, I'm sure. It also made me want to write, create a podcast, make new friends, and just start creating. The waste of my 20s, I vowed, would be crushed by the successes of my 30s. At this point, I could be an utter failure for the rest of my life, but I have decided that I'd much rather try and fail than be on my deathbed and just be filled with an insurmountable amount of regret. But now, because I never thought myself worthy, I find myself without any type of romantic partner, which is why I am going on to the old online dating thing, which is very, very hard because you're forced to say nice things about yourself, and that kind of makes me want to vomit, swallow it, and then vomit again. So that's going well. I will update you on any successes and absolutely on any catastrophic failures. I wanted to make this video because after talking with my friend and seeing the character arc of my own life over the last few years, it kind of shocks me to the point that people have said that they are jealous of me, and that freaks me out. I'm grateful for my awesome friend. I'm grateful that I'm still here, and I hope that I'm still grateful years from now. But I do sometimes think about that other kid from junior high. I don't know where he is or what he's doing, but I hope he's okay. And I hope he's happy. Well, that's my life story. What's yours? Let's find out what the character limit is here on YouTube. Leave a comment down below. My name is Kyle. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all again next Thursday. It'll be a much shorter video, but just as super funny.